There is a serial killer on the loose in Singapore. The mosquito. In Singapore, it's more than a nuisance. It can be deadly. They can carry dengue. When it bites someone infected, it can pass the virus on to the next person. So how does a tropical city basically perfect for mosquitoes to thrive fight back? Here's the twist: by breeding even more of them. Singapore has been fighting mosquitoes for years. From fogging to inspections to everyone getting reminded to clear stagnant water. And even when numbers drop, the dengue risk doesn't disappear. Because in Singapore, you don't need a swamp. You just need someone who forgets to overturn a pail.
For me, in the past, there were quite a few cases. We would have the banners with all the dengue cases, so there were quite a few.
My son had dengue fever once. Thankfully, not very serious at all, but he had to be confined at home for quite a while.
Singapore's war on dengue is relentless. And today, they fight fire with fire, or in this case, mosquito with mosquito. In this unassuming facility in Singapore, millions of mosquitoes are bred and released every week. At first, this might seem counterintuitive. Won't releasing more mosquitoes make things worse? Here is Dr. Chong, a director of the National Environment Agency.
So Wolbachia is a natural bacteria found in many different insect species. So Project Wolbachia specifically targets Aedes aegypti mosquito that's the primary vector of dengue. This technology releases male Wolbachia carrying mosquitoes into the environment, and these males will seek out the female mosquitoes where they will mate and she will lay eggs that don't hatch. So over time, that's where we have a mosquito reduction in the environment, and that's where we will lead to less dengue in the environment.
Mosquitoes have terrible public relations. And in 2024, Singapore still had over 13,000 dengue cases. So re-releasing mosquitoes is a hard sell. This is where Catherine Vasquez from the NEA comes in. She is part of the team changing that mindset.
At the start of releases, people get anxious when they hear that we are releasing more mosquitoes because they think there'll be more mosquito bites. But that is not true. Male mosquitoes do not bite. Only the females bite because they need the protein in the blood to produce eggs. So as part of our public communications and engagement efforts, we bring our live mosquitoes in a cage and then we allow them to put their hands in. It's really a very hands-on experience to demonstrate that male mosquitoes do not bite.
Outreach is one part of the plan. The other battle is production.
People always think that breeding mosquito is very simple because a 20-cent coin of water can actually breed mosquitoes. But in the real world, mosquito production is actually very challenging.
Mosquitoes breed in anything, and that's true. But producing the right mosquitoes in the right numbers is a different game.
When we started off the project in 2016, we had to develop solutions to actually mass-produce mosquitoes. So that's where we developed a lot of different automations, different tools to optimize and increase our productivity of our production processes.
Dr. Choi and her team are the adoptive parents of these Wolbachia mosquitoes. Their job is to rear thousands of mosquitoes daily.
This is the mosquito production facility where we produce male mosquitoes for release into the environment for Project Wolbachia.
For this project to succeed, we are talking about rearing large numbers, week after week. Why? Dengue is a moving target. Climate, our urban environment, and everyday habits keep creating new breeding spots. That's why the solution is to scale up to keep up.
So our stock colony produces about 24 million eggs a week. We release about 5 million males out into the field. So mosquitoes are actually part of the larger ecosystem, and our work do not aim to eliminate all the mosquito species that we find in Singapore. So what we're doing is actually to target the Aedes aegypti species with Project Wolbachia, and it is the main species that actually can transmit infectious diseases like dengue, chikungunya, and Zika. and we are trying to target them in a safe and sustainable manner.
From eggs to release-ready male mosquitoes takes about 1 week. It starts in adult cages. At the bottom are egg containers with rough strips and water. That's where mosquitoes lay their eggs. Those eggs hatch into larvae within a few hours. When you're producing at this scale, the mosquito rearing environment needs to be monitored and running at optimal conditions and consistency.
Over here is our high-density rearing rack, where the lighting, the temperature and humidity is well controlled.
If each batch grows differently, field performance may be compromised. Other places release male and female Wolbachia mosquitoes. Singapore releases males only, so they have to sort sexes accurately every batch. That's why they use AI.
So initially at the start, we separated our females and males buffet manually. However, this is very labor intensive, and so we developed AI analysis method.
The sorting is important, so you don't add more biting females into the neighborhood. Before they go out, these males have to be fit for duty. If they can't fly properly, they can't find mates.
So we conduct fitness tests. We actually do this to ensure that our rearing and handling procedures are robust enough actually to produce high-quality mosquitoes with strong field performance. So over here, our staff is performing a flight test, which actually evaluates the mosquito ability to take off and escape vertically outwards.
About 200 male pupae go into each black release container, packed into crates, and field officers collect them for release at selected locations.
So with this new design, officers are able to carry more release launchers, and they are able to release more mosquitoes into the environment.
The launchers, packed with Wolbachia mosquitoes, are then transported to the emergence room.
So this is the emergence room, which is like a nursery for our male mosquitoes before they are sent out for field releases. So every day we produce thousands of mosquito launchers to be sent out to the field.
After making sure the current batch of Wolbachia mosquitoes are strong and healthy, it is time to release the mosquitoes.
Okay, we use mosquito launchers where officers will carry that throughout the residential areas and gently release the mosquitoes. So people may see us or may not see us at all during these releases. We do it very quietly. We release in the mornings where the weather is cooler, right? And is to give our male mosquitoes the best chance to find a mate and find a female to mate and do their job.
Another learning that we had is that releases of these male mosquitoes at the ground floor is insufficient. They just typically don't fly up to the higher floors. So what we did was we then released these males at the middle and the higher floors to make sure that they are more evenly distributed throughout the building to then seek out the female mosquitoes.
Project Wolbachia doesn't just end with releasing mosquitoes. There is a constant effort to monitor data to gauge the effectiveness of each release.
This is NEA's gravity trap. We use this to monitor the mosquito population in an area. This is very attractive to female Aedes aegypti mosquitoes who are looking to lay their eggs. So inside, when they go in, they get stuck. Our officers will come in, take the mosquito, and identify what type it is.
The results has been promising so far. In our release site, we saw 80–90% reduction in the urban Aedes aegypti mosquito population. Success in Project Wolbachia is where we can reduce large dengue outbreaks in Singapore, bringing something that's different to the world in terms of a different tool that other countries can adopt.
I think the government is doing enough because the dengue cases are reducing.
I've noticed there's been a reduction in mosquito bites. Could be the program, it's working.
I think Project Wolbachia is a pretty good project actually. From what I've heard, I think all it does is just remove the dengue mosquitoes and it improves our environment.
Project Wolbachia isn't a silver bullet.
So we are also upfront about the limitations of Project Wolbachia. It is effective, but it takes time. It's a natural biological control, right? And we still need everybody's support to continue preventing mosquito breeding in their premises.
Dengue is a tough enemy. The battle isn't over. But the odds are getting better. By the end of 2026, Wolbachia coverage will reach over 800,000 households. That's half the island protected. It shows with the right tools, Singapore can stay one step ahead.